Boom, look at that. So now I want to install the Guake terminal because that was part of our homework to install something. Right, so I'm gonna see, where do I have that? Let's see. The only problem with that, Mitch, is you don't know about a whole bunch of people, you know? Let's see. We got to, where do I have that Guake terminal? There we go. So we're gonna go over to, all right, so part of the homework was to choose one of these things to install. I said, you know what? I like the name Guake Terminal, so I'm going to go ahead and install the Guake Terminal. In order to install Guake Terminal, we have to go to Terminal, which we're going to be going over today, and we're going to do these commands over here, right? Sudo apt-get -install guake, right? So let's get to it. We can start off in our VMware. And we're going to go to terminal emulator. We are going to go to sudo apt-get install guake. And yes. And I'm going to just, I honestly don't remember the password for this one. I don't even remember the password for that one. Well, it's interesting. Let me see. I guess we'll have to ethically hack into this box. Nope. Well, at least we got this one, right? At least we got this one. So now that we have the guake installed, now we need to do sudo cp usr /share/application. So we're copying it to the applications folder, I guess. Guake.desktop. We're copying it from the guake.desktop to etc/xdg/auto-start, so it can automatically start when we start up the Kali Linux box. Can't, no such file. Let's see, usr share application /guake-desktop etc/xdg/auto-start. All right, there we go. So I must have had some typo. Oh, I had application, not applications. All right, there we go. It says it's pronounced cake. I thought it was guac. Thought it was guac, like guacamole, but I guess not. All right, so next up, we're going to do sudo reboot now. So that's going to reboot our Kali Linux. And let's see, we go to, boom. So apparently on VMware, we do not get that UEFI thing that we get on VirtualBox, but whatever. All right, tech coach Ralph. All right, Guake is now running. Press F12 to use it. Is this Quake? Is this Quake? Let me see. Let me see. Look at that. We got Quake or Cake. How do you know how it's supposed to be pronounced, Prince Marky D? How do you know how it's supposed to be pronounced? But there we go. We got it. I have no idea what this password is, to be honest with you. I'll probably just have to reset or something. But at least we got this one. So next up, we want to start looking at terminal commands. All right, so there's two. So let's open both terminals, right? We have, because this cake terminal, I guess it's called. Let me see. So we'll see this in two ways. So this should be the regular terminal. This should be Quake or Cake or whatever the correct pronunciation is, right? So like I said, today we're going to be working on navigating through the terminal. We have some common commands in Linux, which they carry over to Mac. And it's interesting because when I first started using computers, like I probably worked on this maybe 33 years ago when there was like DOS. My mom was showing me how to navigate through DOS using like different commands, like when she was using Lotus and stuff like that. So I've been using like the cd command, cd ... command for 30 something years, like close to 35 years. I've been using these commands and they're still relevant to today, you know? So we'll navigate through some of these folders. So probably the most common command in the terminal is going to be the cd command. The cd command stands for change directory, as you see, as I have on my notes right here, cd, change directory. So if we want to get into, see these folders here, downloads, music, pictures, public, templates, videos, we would do desktop, documents, so we do cd for change directory, documents, right? Enter. Now we're inside the documents folder. If we want to see what's inside the documents folder, which is probably nothing, we'll do ls, right? It's empty because there's no files. It's a brand new install. Okay. So if better. All right. So if I want to get out of this documents folder, I'm going to do cd ... and that takes me out. Right. So this is in the Quake terminal. In the regular terminal, we can do same thing. It works exactly the same because the commands don't change. Cd documents, and you can do, if you do a tab, it'll look ahead, right? So cd, if I do cd ... and I do cd, and then I just type in d, and I do tab, it'll show me all the folders that start with a D, right? So now if I type in O and I do tab again, it'll show me between documents and downloads, right? So now if I do C, and it's going to be that, and then I'm going to get into the folder, cd ... gets me out of the folder, all right? If I am inside of, let me see, another folder. So let's say I go into the CD and I do D for and I say for downloads, right? And from the downloads folder, I want to go into the desktop folder, right? If I want to teleport from the downloads folder into the desktop folder, what do? I'm going to just do CD and I'm going to go I can do, there's a couple of ways to do it, right? But I'm going to do .. which is going to take me up one level, and slash, I say, you know what? I'm not going to, because I can do it this way, right? And then go CD desktop, right? But I don't want to do it that way. I want to go, so I'm going to go CD ... CD downloads, right? And I want to go from the downloads folder to my desktop folder, okay? So what am I going to do? I'm going to do CD. So this is one way to do it, right? .. and then I want to go to desktop. And if you go far back enough, then you're going to be inside where you can go to desktop. And now I went from downloads to desktop. All right. So, and I can do the same exact thing here, right? So CD, if I do ls to see what folder I'm in, all right, so I have to do CD music, right? And I want to go to the I want to go to the templates folder, right? So cd / templates, right? Boom, there we go. So I'm going to go back to the root folder. And I can do the same thing here. Make it bigger, maybe. Can I make it bigger? All right. And can I do something here? Trying to zoom in here. Not used to this terminal yet. All right. So, what happened to it? All right. So here, if I wanted to, so another way that I could get to, let's say I go to CD or CD videos, right? Another way that I can get to the, let's say documents folder, I can do CD and I can do the tilde, because that's going to take me to my home folder, and all of these folders are in my home folder. So I go here and I say documents, right? And there. So different ways of navigating through the CD folder. Let me see. And if you do clear, then it's going to clear out all the things that you have above. Let me see what else. So that's the CD. If we go up one level from being in, if we go one, so now we are in our home folder, right? If I go one level up, and now you see that we're in the home folder, let's do a ls, and my username is inside of the home folder. If I go one level up again, ls, now I'm in like my root directory, right? Where I have my bin, boot, etc, home, lib, lost and found, media, mount, opt, all that stuff, right? So if I want to get back into my folder, so from here, I want to go from home all the way to the music folder, right? So I can do cd home and then my username, and then I can go to music. And from this level, I went all the way to my music folder. Okay, so cd is pretty much to take you to another directory. You can do cd dot, let me see, cd dot. What does cd dot do? Nothing. Cd dot doesn't really do anything for me, but cd dot takes me back up one level. If I go back into videos and I do cd and I just do the tilde, it takes me to my home directory, right? So many ways to get home, right? You know, if you're driving home, there's many ways to get home, but cd tilde takes me to the home directory. If I'm inside, so like, let's say, we're gonna do this. In order for us to actually use the ls command, right, we're going to have to create some folder. How do you create a folder again? mkdir, right? So I didn't have it here, but we're gonna do it like this, right? mkdir, right, to make a directory. So this is just like basic Linux stuff to get you started. It's just basically Linux stuff to get you started, because you're gonna have to use a terminal a lot when you're in Linux, when you're doing, you know, ethical hacking, penetration testing, and honestly, whatever it is that you're doing, like let's say you're doing cloud management, cloud engineering and stuff like that. When I log into an AWS Linux server, there is no graphical user interface. It is all command prompt, you know, so installing Docker via the command prompt, there's no Docker desktop. Everything is being done towards the command prompt. So it's very, very important to start learning the terminal, okay? So let me clear this out, and we're gonna do, so inside our home directory, we're gonna go into CD, and we're gonna go to music, right? Prince Marky D, no offense, but only I can say that about Mitch, all right? Only I can say that Mitch is the worst part of the channel. No offense. I'm the only person that can say that Mitch is the worst part of the channel, all right? I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know that his best friend. Did we just become best friends? Yep. Is the one who can say that he is the worst part of this channel, okay? All right, so we are inside the music folder, and we're going to make a folder, mkdir, make a folder called Tech Coach Ralph, right? And now if I do a ls, we'll see the, really? Is that what we're doing? So you created 3 separate folders. All right, well, I guess we'll get into the removing a directory because that's not what I wanted. -R, let's say delete, or R, and we'll say coach. What if I could do all 3? What if I could do that? Okay, so the same way you can create 3, it can it can remove the 3 as well. So if we, all right, I'm not gonna Google this. I'm just curious. If I wanted to have a folder with spaces, would I have to do mkdir and then use the? Because I don't normally create folders with spaces. So if I do cd tech, okay, so that's all right. There we go. There we go. All right, but it is not good practice to. So we're gonna do this again. rm-r. It is not good practice to. It's not good practice to have spaces in the name of your folders, right? So I'm just gonna do. Okay, now let's clear this out. mkdir, and I'm just gonna say tech coach Ralph all together, and we're gonna go ls, and I'm just gonna switch over here now, right? So you see, I'm just gonna be switching terminals just so you can see me working through both terminals, right? Because I'm a little crazy like that. So we're gonna do cd music, right? And you're gonna see like by me creating the folder in here, it's gonna be in here, right? So tech coach Ralph, boom, like that, right? Clear ls, nothing in here. So we're gonna do mkdir. We're gonna do a let's do abandoned for the abandoned album that's coming out February 14th on Valentine's Day. All right, be ready for it. So ls. So we see abandoned. Let's do mk, or it's not mkdir, cd to get into the folder, and we're gonna do abandoned. Right, boom. We're inside the folder. Nothing's in there. Okay. What if I ended up doing mkdir and I said victory for the album that is currently in all streaming platforms, right? But if we do a ls, right, we have abandoned inside, we have victory inside the abandoned folder, but those are 2 separate albums. So we want to move that directory outside of there, right? So we're going to say mv for move, as we have right here, move a file or directory. And I'm going to say victory. And I'm going to say move that to 1 directory up. Let's see if that works, right? So now if I do a ls, it is no longer in there. No longer in there. So now is it inside the tech coach Ralph folder? So I'm going to switch to Guake Terminal, right? Because I'm just going back and forth so you can see me using both of them. And I'm going to do ls, tech coach Ralph, cd, tech coach Ralph, ls. And look at that, we have abandoned and we have victory, right? So we've done the copy, or no, we've done a move and we've done a make a directory. So we did move a directory and we did make a directory and we did change a directory, right? So let's do, and we'll say, let me try and change these into like a checklist. I'm not the best Notion user, I must say. Turn into checklist. So change directory is, no, not that. Change directory is done. Make directory is done. We have kind of listed the directory. We're going to do some more of that. We've done a move. We've done a remove. We did remove a directory. We'll do remove a file after, okay? So let's keep playing around with this. And honestly, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day which virtualization software you use. As long as you can get into Kali Linux, you should be good to go. Right? Lunch break. As long as you get into Kali Linux, you should be good to go to do whatever you need. We tried UTM. It was an absolute failure. We did VirtualBox, but I forgot my password because that was last week. That was so last week. Bruh. And of course, your car's card to start it up. And now we are using VMware. Shout out to Prince Marky D. Shout out to Prince Marky D on that one.
We slanging massive code.
But now it is officially break time. So let's go to break.
We slanging massive code. We slanging massive code. Learned the code while the city slept tight. Now I'm slinging lines that spark like late night. From Python webs to TypeScript skies. React in my veins and APIs that rise. Keyboard clacking, I'm stacking gold. Syntax flows like stories untold. Drinking caffeine, I'm breathing in cold from morning dawn till the night unfolds.
My code goes long, my code goes deep. Caught in the stream where the data don't sleep. Need my digits, better call my line. Slinging massive code like a story time.
In the hustle jungle where the bites meet still. Digital canvas where I paint and fill. JavaScript whispers in the code I weave. Tech dreams blossom in the lines I conceive. Lines so slick they can't be caught. Variables twist in every plot. Python powers every thought. JavaScript legit, hitting the right spot. My code goes long,
my code goes deep. Caught in the stream where the data don't sleep. Need my digits, better call my line. Slinging massive code like a story time.
Stacks on stacks build my empire tall. Debugging dreams where the errors fall. Lines of brilliance break the darkest night. Script so dope you can see me in the light. TypeScript magic on my fingertips. Reacts a canvas where logic flips. API dances syncing clips. My code's a song where data drips.
My code goes long, my code goes deep. Caught in the stream where the data don't sleep. Need my digits, better call my line. Slinging massive code like a story time.
We slinging massive code. We slinging massive code.